welcome to Cedar Hill Country Market. Today I'm going to show you a little craft project or some items obviously that we carry in our store. These are great stocking stuffers, great small gift ideas, or to throw in with another gift. And here is one of our final products. We did these for fall and we sold them at all of our craft shows, as well as we have them listed on our website. And it's basically, these are door knockers. You hang them on your doors for fall, either interior or exterior. And we decoupage these with napkins, and I believe this was done with tissue paper. And then I just did a some vinyl product for the text on the outside. And I'm going to show you how we did them. In this particular one, we're going to use fabric instead of tissue or napkins or tissue paper. What we've done is we've just purchased the door hanger. We painted it with some chalk paint, and we use Dixie Bells. If you're interested in Dixie Bell paint, I will leave a link to Dixie Bell paint in the description below. And then what we did one coat of that, because anytime you decoupage, you really want to start with a light background in the back, whether it's light pink, light blue, white. White is your number one for decoupage typically, because white brings out all of the colors in your image. And then we did a coat of Mod Podge, and I'm using the satin finish for this one. We did a coat of that. And what we're going to do is, we did the same for this. This is just a little embellishment, and we covered this in fabric as well. And I'll move that over to the side. So I've got the door knocker here, and I've got a piece of holiday scrap fabric. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since we're going to have to cut out this hole, I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to line up my fabric because I know I'm going to have to cut a hole in that. And I'm going to go ahead and slice it into a V here, so it's easy to get a piece of or scissors through the hole to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and line it up, making sure that that's there. And we're going to get our iron heated up, and then we'll go ahead and apply the fabric. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get we've got our iron heated up. I'm going to use this clover iron. And we're going to start around the small area. And what this is going to do is the fabric's going to heat up the glue, and it's going to adhere the fabric to the board. And what I typically do is I do one pass down the middle, and then I just come back and do the other passes. What you don't want is bubbles in your fabric. And as you can see, this is starting to adhere. And I'm just going to do the top part. You don't want any bubbles in your fabric. You want it all to be relatively flat. This may not be quite hot enough. I'm going to go ahead and use this bigger iron. Get that pressed down. Yeah, it's going down. And your fabric's going to be a little thicker than tissue paper, so it does take a little bit more pressure to get it to adhere to the board. I'm just trying to use whatever's hot. And you want to make sure your steam's off. I don't know why my steam is on. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, this is stuck to the board now. And then I just want to feel and make sure I don't have any places where the glue didn't adhere. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go where we've cut our hole for our hole here, and I'm going to make some V cuts. I'm going to cut those out. And you can do one or two things. You can lay the fabric to the back. We typically don't. We trim it all the way out. Or we fold it slightly, but you won't be able to see it from the other side. Okay. And then when we use our Mod Podge, this will all fold to the back of our Mod Podge. All right, we're going to go ahead and press again, making sure we got it all down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to Mod Podge the top surface, and we're going to make sure and press all of this in so that it becomes, you can see the design of the door knocker or the door hanger. And then we'll adhere our little emblem in the inside like that, and then we can put some Home Sweet Home or Welcome or anything like that on the inside, or even just an initial. That's always pretty. All right, let's get our Mod Podge. And you will need to make sure and let the Mod Podge dry at least a half an hour between applications, because if you don't, it's going to be just one big gunky mess. And fabric is a little bit different to deal with than the tissue paper or a napkin or anything like that. But this will allow somebody to use this on the outside of their house, and the Mod Podge will help keep out all the dust and everything like that, and it'll be easy to wipe off. And this will dry clear. What I do is the bottom half first, making sure I get liberal amounts of Mod Podge on there so that the fabric will lay down on the edges. if I don't get it on the first round, usually the second round, like this is missing a little bit of glue, so I need to make sure and get that in there. And also fabric drinks this Mod Podge pretty well, so it actually goes through the fabric. You just want to make sure, and it does get a little messy, you just want to make sure you get everything covered with Mod Podge. I'm just going to put a liberal amount on here so that this will all lay down on the inside. Just run my finger, pushing it all towards the back. And you just really have to just work it. You know, nothing's quick and easy. We don't sell cheap stuff, so we have to make sure that our products look like something that I would actually want to purchase. And I strive to do that with all of my stuff. So, all right. This is really turning out pretty. These are great for, like, we have some that say it's a boy, it's a girl. These are great for nursery door hangers. Put them on your front door. Sometimes giving a little sign like don't knock, don't ring the doorbell. Those types of messages. No soliciting. We make them for everything. I've made some recently for UPS and even FedEx. People like to leave messages and they don't really have a nice place to leave them. So we make little nice signs you can hang outside your house. These are just so pretty. And to speed up the drying process, you could use a heat gun. Just don't get too close to your fabric. It will obviously burn. You can use a blow dryer. We do that sometimes when we have a lot of orders of these. We do a bunch of them at a time, and we want to make sure they're dry before they go in an envelope. But we also add these to our gift baskets, you know. These are just a great little add-on. So everything's been dried for gifts. Our fabric's been adhered to the wood. Okay, we'll be back when we're going to go ahead and put our little embellishment on this. Before I do that, though, I want to talk about, you don't have to use this embellishment. These are just some that we create. If you just want to buy the door hangers by themselves, you can also put, you know, vinyl text on them. For those of us that, you know, don't hand paint everything, there's all kinds of, this is just some examples of things that we've done in the past. There's a Mr. and Mrs., which would even fit on this. It'll bring that out, make this really pop. But we've done some with Our Dog is Sleeping to put on the door. How about Please Do Not Disturb? And let's see, The Baby is Sleeping, and Merry Christmas. Now these are too long for this particular one unless you did it this way, which it won't fit on the sign too well. It kind of hangs off. So I don't know if that's the look you're going for, but it could be done that way too. So we're going to go ahead and hot glue these down on here. And just be careful with hot glue. It can burn you pretty well. I think that's enough. And then we're going to lay this center on here. And it only takes a second to dry that. Here's a couple, well, I've made more than one, but here's some done with, now I showed you this one. This one was made with tissue paper, or, yeah, tissue paper, and this is tissue paper, and then this is the vinyl on top. And then this was made with a napkin, and we didn't cover this one, we just painted it. And we've done a little bit of vintage stamping on it to make it look kind of antique. But you could just paint them. You don't have to do, this is just what we do for our store. I'm going to go ahead and use the one that fits the best. I think it's Mr. and Mrs. on here. And you could add a last name as long as it was short enough, you know, on here, or just this would make a really good little gift for, or stocking stuffer for a married couple.
Got this one just about where we want it.
So what we want to do is we want to put this, stick this where we want it. I've already weeded out all the excess.
Put our craft paper on there, and then we're going to, I'm pressing pretty hard. Remember, we have Mod Podge on this, so it's going to stick pretty well. It should stick pretty well. I've made these before, but I've used a different type of iron. Sometimes I use our heat press, but this should work just fine. This thing gets really hot. And I'm just going over it to make sure that the letters are all going down. And let's check real quick and see if this is down. Perfect. All right. Got a tiny little thread there. I'll get that off. But we're going to go ahead and press this all in, making sure that this is all together. All right. All right, minus the little thread here. I need to get this off. There we go. All right, there is our door hanger. And we sell these on our website for around $5.99, and they're you can add these to your purchase at the end of your cart on our website, and you'll get these shipped for free. So that's neat. If you have so much in your cart, your item ships free, and this would be a great little add-on for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed us watching how we make our little door hangers for the holidays. And certainly I hope that you purchase them for your friends and family. Everybody have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me today. And don't forget, find somebody to bless.